Hello guys, and welcome to this new video on free internet. So in today's video we're going to be discussing about DroidVPN, how to set up DroidVPN for free internet. So just sit back right there and we start right after the intro. So in most of our uploads we've been talking on HTML plus, HTTP injector and your freedom. So this is the fourth VPN we've been talking of, and if you notice, or if you're someone that frequently visits our website, we see that we've also given some tutorials on how to talking about DroidVPN and how to set this VPN with some certain ISPs. So in today's video I'm going to give a general connection method which you can use to set up your DroidVPN for free internet with your ISP. So as I always say, it is always important to understand your ISP, which protocol they work with most and which protocol they are easily susceptible for injection or for free internet. So with this one, we would not use a host as in our previous video using HTML plus or HTTP injector. So this VPN is almost like your freedom, but somehow a little complicated to set up because it is to be precise and it needs some precise tweaking before it can give you free internet. So once you're on your device or on your mobile device, you click on this hamburger sign right here, and the first thing you want to do is to set up your account. So the first thing you always want to do is to set up your account. If you don't have an account, it's good you purchase one and you set up your account. And now come back here and we go to the settings tab right here. Click on that, and you see the first here is load configuration, and here TCP and HTTP, UDP settings, ICMP settings, VPN connection settings, and the rest right down there. So what we're interested here is we're interested in the TCP and the UDP settings, because analyzing all network, I've noticed that most of them work with these TCP or UDP settings, or these TCP or UDP connection protocols. So in most cases, since this application doesn't offer DNS as we saw in your freedom and how to set up your freedom fast setting for free internet, with this one we're going to be using these two protocols, TCP and UDP. So for your ISP, for some ISPs or for some networks, you can see most of them they are susceptible for TCP connections. So if it's in that case, you're gonna use TCP, and if in most cases use UDP settings. But what I'm going to advise you to go in for is with the UDP settings, because UDP settings they have several advantages over TCP. Which the first is the speed, because when you're setting up a free internet config, what you always want is speed. We don't like free internet that is slow, or we don't like browsing with slow connection. So what we always want is fast internet connection. In the case if you want to try TCP, let's go into TCP, and you see remote TCP port, you set that to 443 as you see in the screen. You click OK, and local TCP you leave it at 0, or you can set it at 1. So the lower this local TCP port is, the faster your connection is going to be, or the better your connection experience is going to be. And now you see that's all what we have for the TCP. The other one down is HTTP headers, and this HTTP are always filtered. Most of the ports for HTTP are always filtered, especially in the generation in which we are right now. If you are in a country where the ISP has really tough ISP security or network security, then this HTTP isn't gonna work, because most of the ports under this HTTP are always filtered. So set up these two for TCP, but my recommend now is the UDP settings. What you do is you come into these UDP settings, and this is where the game starts. You come in the remote UDP port, you set it to 600, 500 or 800. So in that interval of 500, 600, 700 and 800, in that interval, choose any interval. Make sure you choose any interval to see which one works best, or which one gives you more experience, more connection experience and stability. So enter this. My own recommend is 600, just a value that is in between, somehow the average. So we click on OK, and local UDP port, you enter your local UDP port right here, enter it to 300 as it is right here. So also this one, the lower it is, the more the connection speed is going to be faster. So because if you set it like somehow at 700, this local UDP port is going to somehow be competing with the remote UDP port, which the remote UDP port is supposed to be higher than this one. Its value, the value of the remote UDP port is supposed to be higher than the value of the local UDP port. So that's why you see I recommend you to enter a smaller value. You can also enter something like 250, 300, 350, those remain in that interval. So I've just put or inserted the average of that, which is 300, which you see right here. So I'll click on OK, and now you see auto scan port, auto port scan. So once you enable this, it's going to make that when you start the connection, when you click on start in the application launch there, when you click on start, what is going to happen there is, the application or DroidVPN is going to start analyzing several ports on which your ISP can be easily connected. So it's going to analyze a wide range of ports, starting from port 1 to infinity. So the port it sees that it can accept a connection, then the app is going, then DroidVPN is going to launch the connection with that port. So make sure you tick that, make sure you tick it, and here will come down to the UDP connection mode. Make sure you set it at mode 1, as you see here. And now we'll come to the UDP mode settings, mode 1 settings. So you see the maximum T count. This is somehow the minimum TX interval in the maximum TX interval in your freedom. So it's something similar to this. So we have this one, the maximum T count value, we have the maximum R count value, which are similar to the maximum TX interval value and the maximum and the minimum TX interval value of your Freedom VPN application. So if you followed our video on how to configure your Freedom VPN connection, then this shouldn't be a problem for you while setting this. So make sure when you set this, always want that the maximum T count is supposed to also be small. Its T count is supposed to be really small. So that's why I've set it at 3. You see the accepted value is from 1 to 255. So what I've set there is 3 because I've run a lot of scans and I've seen that this 3 is best for the connection with any network. So you just click on enter 3 and click OK, and now we come in the maximum R count. You also put here 2, or you can put 1. Make sure that when you're setting this, the maximum T count should be higher than the maximum R count. So make sure the first value which we have entered in the maximum T count should be higher than this value entered here in the maximum R count. So you can set, if you set the maximum T count at, let's say, somehow 4 or 5, then here you can enter 3. So my recommend for you is that in the maximum T count you put 3 and the maximum R count you put 2. So that's all what we have to do for the UDP. That's all I have to do for UDP. The rest you leave it just like that. And if you want to set up some additional things, yeah, in the VPN connection, yeah, if you're running, so for this is an additional tweaking for this. So I did not show it earlier because not all of you have rooted devices. So if your device is rooted, your connection will be even faster and stable. So if your mobile device is rooted, as I was saying, the connection is going to be really fast because this root makes your phone to be used at 100%. So all the resources in the phone are going to be used at 100%. And now in this state, when your phone is not rooted, your phone is going to be used at somehow 50% or 70%, but it's not used at its maximum values. It's not used at its maximum resources. So if your phone is rooted, you click here, but mine isn't rooted. So once you enable this, make sure your phone is rooted to enable this, and now you come here, you make sure you check this if it is not checked, and then bypass VPN for all network. Allow traffic to bypass VPN destined for local network. You tick that equally. And now you come here in connection settings, and these ones are just the preferences. You can take the one of your choice. So you see auto minimize app on successful connection. What is this? This is just that once the connection has been successful between the DroidVPN and the server, then the app is going to auto minimize, meaning the app is going to quit somehow, or somehow just stay somewhere which will not bother you. And then you have the auto connect VPN. Always connect VPN when device is online. So if you are someone like keeping your online identity very private and safe, then you should take this. And now the auto reconnect, you take it there, because if in case of instability of your ISP or of your network with this DroidVPN, this tweaking of these settings is even very important for you. So make sure you tick that, because you don't know if your ISP is going to be stable with this or not. So you tick that, and now you can check the rest, the choice. So we come back to UDP settings for the review. For the remote UDP port, set it at 600. For the local UDP port, set it at 300, and then the mode, set it at 1. Make sure you tick this auto port scan, and now for the maximum T count, select 3. For the maximum R count, select or enter 2. Once you've set all of that, you go back, you come to the account tab right here, and then you enter your account details. If you don't know how to create an account, there will be a link to DroidVPN website where you can create your account in the video description. So once you've entered your account, you can come here and then you select an upgrade. So these are the various upgrades for the app. Note that these settings are for premium accounts. If you don't have a premium account, then it isn't going to connect. So make sure you upgrade your account once you've created it. You see these are the different upgrades right here. I can equally help you to upgrade your account. You can contact me on the Telegram contact given in the video description. So yeah, we have a list, it's server update list. So once you click on that, the servers are just going to update automatically, and you select the free server. Okay, so yeah, make sure you're on the tab of UDP, or if you want to try the TCP, as I said earlier, you click on the tab of TCP, because these are the two we're working with. Though there are other modes here, but we're going to be using these two modes. So what's the difference between this UDP and TCP? The main difference relies on the speed. UDP stands for user diagram protocol. It is really a fast connection mode to use with DroidVPN. Not only with DroidVPN, but also for various projects or various development projects, or if you're a developer, then this UDP is equally best for you. You obviously know that UDP is the best mode for connection. And there you select your, you can select the server of your choice. Once all of that is done, you click on this start right here, and you see authenticating server is full. So if you keep on receiving this, make sure that you try out different servers, because it happens that some servers are always full. You click on one, authenticating. Okay, you see server is for premium users only. So this account that is here with DroidVPN is not a premium account. So if you have a premium account, then you can connect with this server. These are premium servers. Note that the free servers are always super loaded, so you wouldn't have a good connection if you're using the free server. Always use the premium server, and to use the premium server you need to have a premium account. Make sure you have a DroidVPN premium account with these settings, and I assure you that your connection is even going to be really stable. Connection is going to be really fluid. As you see here, I'm using a Wi-Fi, so this doesn't matter that way. This is just the settings. I just wanted to show you the settings that are going to work for any ISP. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you enter all the settings I've given in this video. Also, a post is going to be made on this on our website, so you can check that in the video description to read on how this works. So guys, we've come to the end of our video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just hit that subscribe button down there to get more uploads or more content like this. We'll see you in our next video.